News 8 at 6 starts now.
Tonight, a community is in shock after a mass shooting in Muncie leaves one man dead and more than a dozen people injured. Investigators are working to track down the person or people responsible for firing multiple shots into a crowd. News 8's Katira Winfrey is live in Muncie with the latest details. Katira.
Well, Brittany, the scene is clear right now, but you can still find bits of police tape. But also down here, someone has left a small memorial. Now, I spoke to one man who says he's the victim's uncle, the victim who died. They say that man is Joseph Barner and that he goes by Joe Smooth. Now, as you mentioned, a dozen other people are still in the hospital, and the community says this tragedy will definitely leave its mark. Now, police say the shooting happened around 1 o'clock this morning during a block party. A block party community members say was not at all connected to the community homecoming event that's been happening all week. However, considering it did happen in their community, they are sharing sympathy, adding this won't stop the work to make Muncie a peaceful and loving community. Now, at the time of the shooting, multiple agencies responded. Witnesses on the scene told my colleague Amisha Ramsey this morning there were about 100 people on the street when people walking around with guns started spraying fire. I spoke to one man who says he's the victim's uncle. He says he went to the scene afterwards and it was chaotic with people crying and angry.
Being that my nephew was the victim, you know, and that really touched home. So when I get to thinking about how I feel about the violence in our community, it's a terrible thing because of the way our youth is now. The love that we really need in our community is just not there.
And again, this was not connected to the community homecoming that was happening. However, a gospel event that was scheduled at a park ended up being canceled. But for some of the people who showed up, they still held an impromptu prayer for the victims and also for the community. Reporting live in Muncie, Katira Winfrey, Wish TV, WishTV.com, and like us on Facebook.